Hi everybody, it's Kim and welcome to today's video. I'm getting my houseplant jungle all ready. Getting it started, I've got to clean it up a little and then join me and I'll show you what I've got in it so far. It's just a start, but it's getting there. Oh wait, stop. I've got a mop too. It needs to be mopped. This green porch gets a little bit dusty as the dust blows in, probably tree pollen, everything else. Gotta dust. Just take me a minute. Clean up all this with a mop. Make sure I dust off the bench, the rocker, everything. Okay, now we can get back to the plants. Here we go. Okay, well, let me show you around my new houseplant jungle room. I showed you my elephant ears that I planted, and unfortunately, down in the soil, I've noticed gnats. I guess those brand new fresh bags that I had that were indoors in Sam's Club did have gnat larvae in them, or for whatever reason, they've come in through the screen and have started to set up housekeeping in the plant. Nothing I can do but start fighting them like I do downstairs. So we'll bring sticky traps up later. But my elephant ears, I have planted both ivies, Swedish ivy and the regular ivy, Hedera helix I think it's called. I've got those both in there so they'll give me some nice ground cover underneath the tall stalks. And they seem to be rooting okay. Maybe they need a little more tender loving care. This particular elephant ear, I seem to see a little point poking through. It's not as bright green as I would like it, but let's hope I can get some elephant ears pretty soon because it's been about a week and a half or more since I planted those. Now over here I have a peperomia plant, and that one, as far as I can identify it, is a Rosso, R-O-S-S-O. I'll put that on the screen. And then I have some kind of a echeveria or whatever. And the long dish is the Pilia glauca. And in one of my previous videos, I showed where I planted this flapjack and watch chain in one of my hypertufa planters. Now this is a peperomia, also an emerald ripple. I think it's a real cute plant. I really like the crinkly leaves and the way it grows. I have it in hypertufa and it seems to be doing very, very well. Now that little tiny dish is some jet beads that I sprouted from another plant that I had. And this is a Grapetopetalum paraguanese, a ghost plant. I put that in this cute ceramic dish, drilled a hole in the bottom of it, and they seem to be doing pretty well. They were a little bit stretched out when I planted in this, but I'm hoping to get them out here in a little bit brighter sun, and that'll do better for them. Now these are my peperomia pepermioides. That's 3 of the plants that I transplanted. They're doing real well. They each seem to be developing their central stem and are fairly, bushy. I call that bushy. Let me get close and show you the stem. So I'm hoping for a nice thick little plant later on. I think I have a total now of 5 of these. And this one, I'm not sure of the name of it. If I can find it, I will put it on the screen. And it is kind of dark in here and hard to see, but when I go against the light that's outside, even though it's dim on this hot day and real stormy, it's a little bit hard to see. Now this is another one of my peperomia pepermioides. I think it looks really cute in this pink pot. And this one is next to a crassula ripple jade. I think that's what that is. One said ripple jade, one said ruffle jade. So And this again is the other elephant ear. I did have one spare sticky trap to lay in it, so I've got that up there to try to trap some. Now this little dish has a golden nugget sempervivum in it. It was so pretty. It was more gold in the cold weather, and now it's kind of chilling out, getting a little bit more green. Pretty pink edges. It's a real pretty sempervivum. I really like it. And I'm hoping to plant those outside. They won't need to stay on this porch because I'd like them to be out where they can get a lot of sun. But it's a pretty plant. Now the elephant ear again, I'm not sure how hard it's going to be to battle these plants when they're outdoors and I can get those gnats in here. Apparently they can come through the screen real easily, but I have my treatments, my hydrogen peroxide, my cinnamon, and I'm going to use the mosquito bits watering treatment that I explained about in the post. So check that out, and maybe you'd like to try that method also. Now in this little tiny planter, I think that's string of buttons. I found a little piece and was not sure. And then the other one is the Chrysolatum thumb. And this taller candelabra shaped thing, I don't know what it is. Labeled succulent, so I'm not sure what it is. It kind of has a real narrow shape and then fans out like a candelabra. So if you know what that is, help me so that I can identify it. I've got that also in Hypertufa. Now we're going to get some work done on the deck. We're shortly to have that cleaned, blasted, and repainted. And I'm embarrassed to say I bought some more plants, but we won't think about that right now. We'll work on that later. Now up here is the one hanging plant that I've got so far, the Hoya. This one's a Hoya carnosa, the variegata, and it's also called the tricolor wax plant. It has really started pushing out the little vines. They've started to twist up the hanger and everything, so I really need to get it a really pretty hanger in its own permanent pot before it twists too much around this one. But I'd like to get about maybe at least 4, maybe 6 plants to put up here. Might be a little easier sometime later on for me to film in the dark when it's so dark outside and I won't have such a blasting contrast and make the plants hard to see. But we'll try that sometime in the future, and I'll film at night. I can turn these lights on, and then the overhead fans have lights in them too. Stormy day. It's just been raining off and on all day long, so it's been real pleasant out here. Not as hot as it might have been if it hadn't been such a rainy, cool day. But thanks for joining me today. I am going to give you some updates at least every few weeks so you can see, I'm ashamed to say how many I've added or how many more I've bought. But thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.